Hi friends, it's the Goddess here with a new pick a card reading. I have been MIA for a while. It's been a pretty hectic time in Sydney. For the past 7 weeks we have been in lockdown, and I am very grateful for the job that I do have. I have an essential job. I work for Aldi, which is a supermarket here in Australia, and it's been pretty crazy because a lot of my colleagues have had to go into isolation. And I have been on a daily basis asking the universe to have me be divinely protected, or I would not have to isolate, and or I would have to not be tested. And so far I have been slipping through those cracks, so I am so grateful and so blessed, and I know that I am divinely protected. However, I have been very busy picking up the work because a lot of my colleagues have gone into isolation. And so I've been working at a few stores for the past several weeks and pretty much being overworked, and so I haven't had much time for the tarot, but I have taken a much needed rest and I am ready to really just dive into the tarot again. And so this is a timeless reading that I have for the collective here. I have 3 piles. So this reading is: what messages does the universe, do your guides, the source have for you today? And these messages were very powerful. So as I said, it's a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading, this is when you are meant to hear this message, okay? So I have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Please take the time to meditate to see which pile really resonates with you, which one of these cards, which one of these pictures really pull you in, and which crystal as well, because I have crystals above it. And I will see you at your pile. Alright, pile 1, if you chose this card here with this blue stone, this is your reading. So what I have here for you is the 6 of Pentacles upright. I have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I have Heart Guardian here, and I have Sacred Abyss. It's about learning. I have the Devil here, Spark, Naked Before the Stars, and New Moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. I have the Inner Voice, Visualize, Risk and Reward, and we have these 2 here from the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So the Sensual in reverse and the 7 of Air in reverse. I have these messages from your angels as well, and then this card, which I'll reveal at the end for you. See if I can fit all that in for you. Okay. Alright, so pile 1. These are the messages from the universe, from your guides, that you need to know. These are things that you need to know, right? It's good to have these every so often. I like having these for myself too, because sometimes we just need a little bit of insight to things that we're not seeing, that we need to know to better ourselves, right? So right here, this is Pentacle energy. There's a lot about prosperity and finances. Like Pentacles has to do with your stability, your financial stability usually, right? And in these times, I know a lot of us are worried about that. What I can see here is we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is what you want. You want to have abundance, right? That's what the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Like, look at this person here. She has so much abundance that she can hand out to others. And there's people actually seeking that abundance from her, right? But she also is in balance, right? So this is what you desire, okay? But then with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, is telling me that for one way or another, you're trying to seek shortcuts to it, right? And the 2 of Pentacles here is saying that that's what's creating the lack of balance, right? So you're falling short of this abundance for that reason, okay? And I'll get further into it, what this means. And part of it is because there's still more learning that you have to undertake before you get to the Six of Pentacle energy. However, it is promised to you, because we have prosperity lies ahead with the new moon in Taurus. And so that talks about, even if it's not finances, even if it's whatever stability and abundance you want, whether it's abundance in love, abundance in your finances, or stability, whatever abundance you're seeking for in your life, it is promised to you, because prosperity lies ahead, right? So we have that. And then we have more discussions here, which I'll get into further, about visualizing and using the law of attraction and manifesting your desires, right? So part of it is that you need to go through a bit more learning before you can get there. Okay, you can't shortcut yourself there, right? You can't take shortcuts to get to that abundance. You have to go through the process. That's what this reading is telling me. And so what is that process? So part of it is really loving yourself, accepting yourself for who you are, and finding that spark of life within you again, right? So Naked Before the Stars, this is about truly just loving yourself to the point where, you know, you're just truly authentic and vulnerable, right? And I know sometimes people think that some people are scared, you know, to be vulnerable. But in reality, it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable, because, you know, everything has a risk and reward, right? So you have to weigh out. There's a lot about balance here and weighing things out. Weighing out what's the risk and what's the reward, right? So say, for example, with love, right? When entering a relationship, when you love someone, it is this double-edged sword, because you are giving them the opportunity to hurt you, but trusting them not to, right? But if you don't open up your heart, because there's also talks about opening up your heart. If you don't open up your heart to that love, then you'll never receive it, right? So if you keep yourself closed off to whatever opportunity it is, whether it's love, whether it's a career, whatever it is that's risky, right? If you don't open up yourself to it, then you're never going to receive it. You know, it's like one of my friends who hasn't had a girlfriend and has this girl that likes him, and he's like, no, I don't want to ask her out, because what if she rejects me? It's like, well, you're not dating her anyway. You know, so you might as well put yourself out there, because you may have the possibility of dating her. So if you close yourself off in any opportunity, then you're never going to get it, right? That's part of the learning process. And there's a big message about self-love here. That's what Naked Before the Stars is about. And the Heart Guardian and the Spark as well. There's a big message, several cards here that speak about self-love. So I'm going to read the little excerpt from the Heart Guardian, Naked Before the Stars, and the Spark, so you can get what I'm saying, and even the prosperity lies ahead. There's a bit of a warning here with the Devil as well, and there's more warnings here, but I'll get to that. So first off, what I'll read to you is the Heart Guardian, because we're talking about love, right? So here, and I'll show you this up close here. So here it says, love and let yourself be loved. Welcome with open arms, opportunities to give and receive love. The Heart Guardian is an angelic energy that can help you call for protection and guidance with all issues surrounding the heart. This is essentially the angel who helps you with all relationships, whether they be with yourself, family, or even romantic connections. She can enable you to move beyond any limiting fears about trust, discern whom to trust, and understand how you can move forward in a balanced relationship with that person. In this card, she is adorned with a sacred heart and draped in a red cloak to show her capacity to let love lead the way. And this extended message says, you are loved, lovable, and loving. The energy of love is surrounding your whole world at this time. Angels are swirling around you, encouraging you to open your heart and reveal the blessings that you have to offer. They want you to know that you're a highly loving being who deserves to give and receive love. If you're finding it challenging to feel love at this time, it's important for you to give yourself credit where it's due. You're also encouraged to welcome support from others. Learn to receive, don't try and do everything on your own. If you're working on a relationship or are in a new relationship, this card can usher in energies that allow you to forge a powerful connection with your partner. Love is in the air. Okay? So, yes. So that speaks about, again, like you deserve love. And so that's another thing about self-love. It's also feeling that you are worthy of love, right? And like I said, being your authentic self, when it says here, you know, being naked before the stars as well, accepting your own beauty, it says here, size, color, age, and fat. It even says, right, like really just loving and accepting yourself as is. Because when you love yourself, then it's like we always talk about law of attraction. Sorry, hidden theory. We always talk about law of attraction, right? But that was because you attract what you emit into the universe. So what energy you put out into the universe, you attract back. So if you love yourself, you're going to attract people that love you. It just works that way. That's where it starts. And so it says here, you know, a beautiful curvy woman wears a lacy lingerie and a black corset as she kneels herself fully sensuality under the lights of millennium artificial stars. And so it says here, there's no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection as proud as the heavens, right? And so, you know, we can be very hard on ourselves. We see these models and, you know, they have filters and, I mean, seriously, like they're like photoshopped and everything. Like if you look at a lot of these models and stuff, like before and after, I mean, they're attractive as is, but they're not flawless. Nobody is, right? And it's important just to love ourselves who we are. You know, like I said, being comfortable to be naked before the stars, you know, to love our imperfections. What do we see when we look in the mirror? It says here, do we see something we like or something we dislike? Something we care, something we are a slave of? What do we compare ourselves to? To the stars of media, a firmament linking in our real life, to social models, to the beauty queens and kings of eternal pageant, to our inner self, to the idea we had when we were younger, to the eyes of people loving us. I wonder what feeling the words curvy, cute, chubby, fat, rounded arouse with us. If a smell or the taste or recognition. The quest for beauty is not an empty quest. Even if beauty is not as deep as the ocean, still when we shine, our world becomes brighter. But we will always feel naked in front of the stars. We should just learn not to blush and stand proudly. So again, stand proudly for who you are. Love yourself, flaws and all, right? Because sometimes the flaws that we see as flaws, another thing too, this is interesting, some things that we see as flaws, other people actually see as beauty sometimes. That's another thing too, right? Like there's some people with some weird fetishes out there. And then, you know, some people don't even notice, right? Like I may like not like the freckles across my face, you know, but my partner would find them cute, you know. So thing is, just love yourself as you are, right? And be grateful, you know, for the body and the face that you have, right? Because not everyone has a body, not everyone has functioning arms and legs, you know. So be grateful for that as well. So the spark. So we have the spark here. This talks about really just embodying the spark of life again. This is part of what's going to bring your abundance to you. So it says here, there is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration. Allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is a perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship, a job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others. You can co-create joyous experiences, and join with you is expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking the fire is a gratifying activity, right? So there's a lot of messages in this reading that you are destined for this abundance that you seek, right? Whether, because this is a general reading, so whether it's in love, whether it's in your finances, whether it's in a job, I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm just going to be real with you guys. We have the power to create our own reality. Our thoughts create our own reality. And this is when we have to really, really be strong, you know, and manifest. This is a test. Everything that we're going on, what's going on in the world, everything that we're going through is a test, okay? We are immense beings. We are multi-dimensional spirits and beings. We're multi-dimensional beings having a human experience, right? And we do have the power to create our own reality, but we are not victims of circumstances. You, Pile 1, are not a victim of circumstances. You have the power to shape your own reality. And that is something that more and more of us are being awoken to in this time, because we are in the age of Aquarius. So everything that's going on in the world, I want you to know that it is a test, okay? You have the power to have anything that you seek, anything that your heart desires. It's in your heart for a purpose, and you deserve it, and you need to know that you deserve it and that you're worth it, okay? There is a warning here, which I will get to with the Devil card. There's a warning, but it's okay because we're going to get through it, right? It says here with the Devil, it says, care needs to be taken immediately. If this negative card has been drawn from the pack, be careful to avoid situations or relationships in which you feel powerless or trapped, and consciously avoid overspending or overindulging in alcohol or drugs. Be on the lookout for unscrupulous activity and avoid corruption, okay? So what this is saying here with the Devil card is that use your intuition, because you're also being asked to listen to your inner voice, okay? The inner voice within you. It says here, tune into your inner compass. Persistent words and feelings that represent your greatest desires are dropping into your mind. Instead of putting life off until you do or be something in the future, bring your desires into the present. Anytime we feel like going off track, we have traveled a different road to our soul, and everything becomes a signpost to return us to our center, where we can tune into our wise transmissions. Just as a voice on a GPS navigator tells you which way to go, your soul wisdom is leading you towards your destination. Okay? So it says here, neither will scold you or become impatient if you take the wrong route. They will just adjust, find the alternate route, and give you new directions. You can't get it wrong. Listen to reoccurring words and ideas. Pay attention to how they feel and drive forward with the ones that make you face and your heart smile. So yes, so listen to your inner compass, listen to your inner voice. If there's a person, a situation that makes you feel trapped, if it makes you feel down, then you need to separate yourself from that situation or from that person and really protect your energy. And that's a big thing too during these times, about protecting your energy. So I'm actually going to include a meditation for all you guys about protecting your energy as well, because I've had to do that on a daily basis. Especially with me, I work in retail, so I'm with the public, and right now the energy is very heavy, and so I've had to protect my energy. And so you as well, and listen to that inner compass, because you also have the Seven of Swords, which is just the sneaky deceit card, the Seven of Air, right? And then we have the Essential. And so what this says here is Essential in reverse. It says here, is your loyalty to another blinding you to their nature and intentions? Is it creating tension in relationship with others? Are you blindly following another's lead and embracing what could seem as pack mentality? Ask yourself if you do harm to another because the one you serve asks you to. Are you willing to sacrifice your own integrity and reputation in order to serve or follow a person who may not have your best interest at heart? The reverse Central of Earth asks you to do not follow blindly. Question everything. Look to the reasons and motives behind your chosen leader's actions, and ask yourself if you're serving them for a greater good or for their good, right? So really listen to your intuition. You have the sacred ibis here with you. This is your spirit animal that's helping you to see things clearly. The ibis is about learning, right? The ibis is about the magic of the ibis, says here, is The sacred ibis was a revered creature in ancient Egypt, representing Thoth, the god of wisdom, right? So you have the god of wisdom on your side, right? So really listen to this. It says here, and learning, wisdom and learning, right? So honor is a gift to Thoth. They were given fully mummification and bred especially for this purpose. According to historical accounts from figures such as Aristotle and Strabo, ibises couldn't be found in the streets of the cities, including Alexandria. We have them all over here in Australia. Ibis magic inspires us to be curious and to learn more about the world. If we are students of any kind or wish to know a subject more deeply, we can call upon this energy. Thoth teaches us that while we can seek counseling from others, often our best and first protocol is actually ourselves, right? Ourselves. So really listen to that inner voice. If someone is telling you, a boss, a parent, a partner, a friend, if someone is asking you to do something that in your gut you know is wrong or you feel is wrong, question it. That's what this reading is saying. Okay, that's what that card is saying. Question it, because you have the ibis here to help you with the wisdom. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice, and you have this warning of the devil here as well. So there's a warning here. Okay, there's a few messages in here, but I mean, this is what you need to know. So this is something else you need to know, right? Yeah, and so because with things going on in this day and age, right, there's some things that are not making sense. Some of the things that governments are saying, it doesn't add up. Things don't make sense. Listen to your intuition, okay? That's what that's saying here. We have the Seven of Air here in reverse, and so, or the Seven of Swords. It says here, this represents a need to take back and moderate any extreme or fundamentalist behavior. You do not do your cause any justice by following a fundamentalist path. The only thing that achieves is making those around you who do not share your beliefs angry and resistant to the changes you're attempting to impose on them. Instead of opening minds, you can close them tighter than a steel trap. When the Seven of Air reverse appears in your reading, seek a gentler, moderate approach. Educate, and more about learning. Educate as well. Instead of trying to indoctrinate, don't use cruel and punishing methods. They never work, as they all do perpetuate the paradigms that you seek to end. Right? Educate. I tell this too with my boyfriend because we believe the same way, but I say that I'm Martin Luther King and he's Malcolm X, because I'm always about, which are both great men, right? They're both great men that brought a lot of freedoms, right, to minorities and everything like that. They really fought for the freedoms of minorities and they're highly revered. My method is I'm always like, I try to teach and I do it in a peaceful way. And my boyfriend, he can have a bit of a temper, and so he will sometimes, you know, just say things in not a political way sometimes, and it takes people back. And so I tell him, you know, if you want to educate people, you can't make them feel like they're dumb for not knowing, because there was a time when we didn't know certain things, right? So what this card is saying is that if you have any knowledge about something, right, take the higher road and try to educate, not indoctrinate. Try to come from a place of love, you know, because you're more likely to get people to listen to you and learn from you if you do it in that manner, right? So say for example, there's laws here in Australia, because I'm living in Australia, there's laws here that people aren't aware of, right? And so sometimes they're doing the wrong thing because there's a federal and then there's state, right? And so some people aren't aware of the laws, and so rather than getting angry like, hey, you're doing something that's against the law, I'm gonna act like you're dumb because you don't know it, I just say, I know this isn't mainstream, I know a lot of people don't know this, but this is actually the law. This is actually illegal. Did you know that? Wow. Knowledge is power. Now you're empowered, right? And that's my goal in this life, is to as a light worker, to let people know that, again, you guys are not victims of circumstances. Wherever you are in the world, if you are suffering, study your laws as well. If you are being mistreated in any way, there's always a way out of it, and I found a lot of ways out of my situations by studying, by learning, by being educated, and then educating others and finding like-minded people, right? And so I really want you, Pile 1, to know, again, and I'm going to say this to everyone, no one is a victim of circumstances, and especially you are not. So you're being asked to listen to your inner guidance, to not blindly follow leaders that you feel may be doing the wrong thing, okay? Listen to your inner voice. You have the sacred ibis here to guide you with that wisdom, right? And the prosperity that you want is destined for you. All you have to do is visualize and believe it, right? So here it says, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. It says here, this card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests you can have what you want, like I said, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the laws of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. Exactly what I said earlier. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of a sexier time. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. Yes, the new moon is about new opportunities, okay? I love new moons. And Taurus is stability. So you have a new opportunity awakening to you, opening up to you of stability. That's awesome. Okay, and so finally some messages here we have. Actually, I'll read visualize as well, actually, before I get to these. So this is about visualizing the life that you want. We have, if you can dream it, you can create it. Your imagination is a magical superpower that develops the content. Look and feel of your life. You can use your inner vision to maintain or transform anything in your life. Visualization helps us to create a dream life without the perceived boundaries of a manifested world. Take your dreams into the world. Recall your vision of them as you meditate. Let the dream become a feeling that leads to knowing that is deeply ingrained. It will become an automatic response. Through repetition, this response gains momentum toward the tipping point between vision and manifestation. Now that you are privy in the universal law, relax and enjoy the journey toward your desires. When a desire manifests in your physical life, a new desire will be born in your imagination and a fresh path will unfold. That's beautiful. Okay, so again, this is about visualizing the life that you want. So this is, again, the trick to law of attraction, right? Like, even with my job, I asked the universe, I want a positive environment. I want a part-time hours so I can have time to do things like this and where I need to be, right? Those are the things I asked, and I got exactly what I needed. I have the part-time job. Even in right now we're in lockdown, I haven't been affected by it because it's essential. So I'm thankful for that as well. And also I've made my manager is one of my dearest friends. And so I'm so blessed and grateful that I have her in my life, And so I know it's where I need to be, and I'm so grateful for it. And I was given exactly what I asked because I was specific. And now I'm one of manifest even more. And so how you do this is you really just visualize the life that you want, really embody the emotions that you will feel as if when you've already received it, right? Embody those emotions. Sorry, pile 1, there was a disruption. Back to what I was saying, we're talking about the law of attraction, right? And so what I was saying is that, yes, when you truly embody the emotion of how you would feel when that manifestation has occurred, that is emitting the right frequency into the universe, right? And so, as you know, me and I'm sure a lot of other people have said, like attracts like, and so the universe really responds to that vibration. So you want to become the energy that you are seeking. You want to become the manifestation that you're seeking. So I'll give an example. There could be a woman that wants to manifest a life partner, the love of her life into her reality. And so what she did is she lived her life as if she already had that partner, right? So she would even sleep on like one side of the bed, and would do little things and clean the house as if she was a housewife, would prepare herself for having children, because she knew, I'm going to have this partner. The universe is going to bring me this partner at some point, so I better be ready for it. I'm going to have children soon, so I better be ready for it. I better be prepared for it. And that's how she manifested that into her reality. There's people that have vision boards. They want to have this magnificent, beautiful house by the ocean, and so they have a vision board. I want to manifest that for myself. I'll keep you in tune when I get there, because I'm going to get there. I actually created my house on The Sims. Me and my partner both did our dream house, right? And I mean, some of these things sound silly, but no, it's about manifesting, having a vision board and really embodying that energy. That's essential. So the next message we have here is inner voice right here. And so this is saying, to tune into your inner compass. Persistent words and feelings, it says here, that represents your greatest desires are dropping into your mind. Instead of putting life off until you do or be something in the future, bring your desires into the present. Oh my gosh, exactly. Anytime we feel like we've gone off track, we have traveled a different road to our soul, and everything becomes a signpost to return us to the center where we can tune our soul into wise transmission. Just as the voice on the GPS navigator tells you which way to go, your soul's wisdom is always leading you towards your destination. Neither will scold you or become impatient if you take the wrong route. They will just adjust, find an alternate route, and give you new directions. You can't get it wrong. Listen to reoccurring words and ideas, pay attention to how they feel, and drive forward with the ones that make your face and heart smile. So this is saying to really listen to your inner compass, right? Any passions, any desires, like I said earlier, they're within you for a purpose. That's why I always encourage people to do what their passion is. If your passion is to draw. If your passion is to, make films, And I know, like, in this time as well, like, a lot of businesses closing and everything, it seems like, everything's a lost cause. But no, I love giving tarot readings. Like, I mean, not just here on this channel, but I've done personal readings as well through BD Tarot. And that's brought me so much joy, just really guiding people on the right path and helping people heal. It's been so rewarding, and, my partner, because he sometimes can lack faith sometimes, and it's like, you need to work like a stable job, which I have a part-time job, but like I said, it gives me time to do this. I didn't want to let this go, because this brings me joy, this makes me happy. He was saying, how are you going to get money in doing this? Like, there's a lot of people that read tarot. I was like, yeah, but I know I'm meant to do this. This brings me joy, and I've had amazing feedback from people as well that I'm a really good tarot reader. So I'm gonna keep persevering, because this is what my inner compass is telling me to do, and I have to keep moving forward. And so whatever your passion and your desires are, keep moving forward. I amend you and I encourage you. You need to listen to your inner voice, because by just being who you are, by just doing your passions, that also brings light into the world, and we're in the age of Aquarius, where the earth is ascending, and we are, as light workers too, to raise the vibration of the earth. And you can do that by just being your authentic self, by just living in your passions, right? That alone raises the vibration. That raises your own vibration, that raises the vibration of those around you, and it raises the vibration of the earth, because we're all connected. So it's essential to follow your inner compass, right? It's essential. So we have here some guidance from your angels. So you got 3. So first one is compassion. There's 1, be compassionate towards yourself. Surrender the self-criticism and fear that has you believing that you need to improve in order to be worthy. You're perfect just as you are. The only thing that needs to change is your negative perceptions. You will come to realize the jewel you are when you love and honor yourself as you are. So yes, there's been a message in this reading about self-love, right? Naked before the stars, loving yourself as you are, and not to be so critical of yourself, right? To have some compassion. And to know that, you are perfect just as you are. To release any negative perceptions that you may have, right? You are a jewel. That's what your angels are telling you. Self-criticism. Wow. They're really laying it on thick with this message. We, your angels, ask you to please be more compassionate towards yourself. Observe the times when you have critical thoughts about you and make an effort to replace these negative thoughts with positive, loving ones. You are a wondrous being of light. Even at times, if you think you're less than perfect, remember that God and divine perfection exist in all things. Wow, they really want you to be naked before the stars. We have positive outcome. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you're always creating something. So remember to keep your thoughts and beliefs and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. So true. As I was saying, your thoughts create your reality. So yes, keep them positive, Power 1. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. And so we had, that message before about the devil as well. There could be some unbalanced relationships. We have the 2 of Pentacles, right, as well, representing unbalance, right? And you want to have abundance in your life. You want to have that 6 of Pentacles energy where, there's an even give and take, right? Including in relationships. And so what this is saying here is, yes, allow closeness between you, but to also give each other space and to know that whatever is meant for you will always come back to you, right? You can't, when people say, oh, I lost the love of my life, because they cheated and betrayed me. No, that wasn't the love of your life. I'm sorry. Because you can't lose something that belongs to you, right? If they really were meant for you, you wouldn't have lost them. Yeah, I'm not talking about like death, because that's different. The soul never dies. The soul is eternal, and we can still even connect with our past loved ones that have passed on. I'm talking about someone that's living that has betrayed you or hasn't treated you well, and they're out of your life now. Well, that was because they weren't meant for you, and you're meant for something better, right? And so this is just an encouragement, to yes, allow closeness between you. Don't close off your heart, right? Make sure your heart's open so you can receive that love. But also don't hold on so tight to it and cling to it, because true love does not cling. True love is letting someone go. And, like I said before, earlier, trusting that person, or like I said, giving that power to hurt you, but trusting them not to, right? So love is allowing that freedom, right? Like my partner right now, I'm doing this reading, he's off playing tennis at the park. I'll meet him in a bit, but I let him do what he wants. He let me do what I want. We have freedom in our relationship. I could not handle being with someone that was jealous and clingy and wouldn't let me be myself, right? And that's essential too. So that's real love. So that's what that's saying. And finally, we have some messages, some guidance from the universe. So we have, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, right? So take this in, Power 1. It says here, the moment I embrace my peace, right, within and surrender, the outcome is the moment the universe can truly work. So this is about surrendering, okay? And I'm actually going to put this in here too, because this is special for you guys. So yes, work with the law of attraction, but surrender how it unfolds, okay? So I'll give an example, like again, the woman who wanted the partner, the loving partner, right? Now, if she wants a partner that truly respects her, honors her, loves her, and has that Six of Pentacle energy with an even give and take, release the outcome of how that partner comes into your life. Release that. Because the universe will give you that partner, but you gotta release it. So it could be an ex. It could not be an ex. Could be someone new, right? Could be somebody you kind of been given the cold shoulder that actually is meant for you, right? Be open to the possibilities that the universe is going to give to you. Surrender that, okay? And remember, you're only in control of yourself. You can't control others, right? You can't force someone to love you, right? You can't. You can't force someone to respect you. You can't force someone to treat you well. Everyone's actions are their own, and you are only in control of your actions, right? But surrender to how the universe is going to bring you your dreams. Because it may be different than how you're envisioning it, right? I can say that I want a house on the beach. I want to live in nature. But I got to be really open to the various ways that the universe is going to bring that to me, right? That's part of it, okay? So we have here, I witnessed the darkness and the call on the, again, I can't talk today. I witnessed the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive the fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. I love this. We're talking about love, but I love this message here. So it says, I witnessed the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Okay? Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love, right? So love casts out all fear. And what this message is saying here is that when you're surrounded by the darkness, to call upon that light, right? And to let it guide you. And remember, love is the greatest teacher, okay? So, Pile 1, this is your reading. I love you guys all so very much. Please help out my channel by liking, sharing, subscribing, and I wish you all the best. Love and light. Take care. Alright, Pile 2, if you chose this opal stone here and this card, this is the reading for you. So from the tarot, I have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Wands upright. I have Parasite from the Dark Mirror. I have Wolf for your spirit animal. We have some good news here. We have Chariot. We have Full Moon and Leo. Stuck in the Mud. Sky Father. I'm going to move these a little bit up so we can fit everything in. Sky Father. I have Eternal Love. We have Focus. If you can see that, we have Focus here, and Wellness as well. And then we have the Queen of Fire and Wisdom in reverse, these two in reverse. We have some guidance from your angels, which I'll get to at the end. Messages from the universe as well, which I will read towards the end. And then, of course, the card that you chose, which I will save for last as well. Okay. So, Pile 2, the theme of this reading today is what messages do the universe have for you today? What is it that you need to know? Including what is it that you're not seeing that you need to know, right? For your highest good. So, we'll start off with the tarot here. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, and then the Nine of Wands. So, and this is a lot of us, right? This is not just you. You're not alone in this. So we have the Three of Cups here in reverse, right? Especially in this time and age. The Three of Cups, when it's upright, it's a card of celebration. It's a card of fun, partying. You know, you have all this fruit here, all this. I mean, this. She's abundant too. She's just. It's a card of celebration and fun. Okay. When it's in reverse, what it represents is the opposite of that, you know, not being able to live life to the fullest, you know, feeling feeling withdrawn, you know, and not really feeling unfulfilled and not enjoying life, you know. And so that's where you're at the moment. With the Six of Cups in reverse, this has to do with nostalgia, but it's the negative aspects of nostalgia. So it's dwelling on the things that haven't gone right. It's feeling stuck. It's feeling, and that's reiterated with here with the stuck in the mud as well. You know, feeling stuck, feeling like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You know, like, where do I go from here? Pretty much, you know. And a lot of us are feeling this way, you know, because I'm an empath and I can feel, like I said, the energy is very heavy of late with everything that's going on. So you're not alone in this feeling. But what this reading is saying, there's a big message about this, is that this feeling stuck, no matter what the circumstances are, is actually being created by your thoughts. So this is the thing, right? We control how we feel. So no matter what the circumstances are around us, it's us that chooses to feel down about it, right? And I tell everyone this, and I said this to Pile 1 too, none of us are victims of circumstances. We do have the power to co-create in this universe, and our thoughts create our reality. There's a big message in this reading as well about your thoughts creating your reality. Because we have the Nine of Wands here, and this is a man that's taking a much needed rest. And this is what the universe wants you to be like. You know, everything is going to be okay. All right? We may not know all the answers as of yet, and you're also being asked to be comfortable with not knowing those answers, right? There's some wisdom to be learned. There's some lessons to be learned within this rest. So what you're feeling as actually being stuck is actually a much needed rest that you need, so you can have time to reflect and awaken as well. That's what this reading is saying, you know, because this man, he knows that everything's gonna be okay, and he's been working hard, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna take a break. Everything's gonna be okay. I can take a break, you know. And this is what you need to see it as, rather than feeling stuck. Okay, so I'll get more into it. So we have Parasite here, and this was really interesting. And I'm just gonna read what it says out of the booklet here from the Dark Mirror. And I'll show you the card up close so you can take a look at it. So you can see it here. Okay. So it says here, when the only answer of lack self-efficiency is to cling to another one. Okay. So it shows here a long-haired man with a pale face. Actually, that was a woman, but okay. A dull golden chain drapes over his forehead, around his body, and through his body a poisonous ivy grows and clings to him. We can't survive alone, we seek company, but instead of growing together, we will wither together. Okay? Relationships are not a zero game. Of course, using each other in a part of a game, but it's quite different when to use this shape of supporting rather than manipulating or exploiting. In the long run, a good relationship is a win-win, where the more I give, the more I get, and the other way around. Still, it's not always like this, isn't it? Not just in bad relationships. In the short run, bad is bound to happen even in the house of true love. We cling, we bite, we hunger for safety and freedom and support, and on the other side we get mangled, bitten, demanded on. Well, it happens, it happened, and it will happen again. It's part of the game. But if it happens too often, it creates a toxic environment. It doesn't matter if we are the victim or the perpetrator, as poison is shared equally. One gets the pain, another gets the advantage. A parasite, a leech, kills itself as much as it kills the host. It sacrifices the journey for the destination, and then the destination is its own failures. The problem is not living as sheep, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years. Okay? So what this is saying is, you know, in short of it, is basically a parasite. What it does is it not only, like what it says in the booklet, it not only kills the host, but it kills itself, right? Because it's killing what it's feeding off of, you know, and it's killing its own source of life. And so your thoughts what I take this as, and take what resonates. I mean, this is a general reading, so there could actually be someone in your life, you know, a person as well that is parasitic, or you're being parasitic too. Like, take what resonates as well. You know, are you feeding, or even you know, your environment, it could be as well, could be parasitic, right? Are you feeding into the negative media, you know, that's constantly bombarded on us, you know, cases, deaths, you know, mostly cases, really. It's not very many deaths, let's be real. But the lockdowns and just like negativity upon negativity upon negativity, just bombarded with it, right? And it becomes parasitic, right? And because it's making us depressed and sad and feeling stuck and worried and fearful, and that's parasitic in itself. Or there are people that, you know, that you're feeding into, or you know, that are negative as well, and feeding into fear, right? Because our greatest weapon, right, is love. You know, one of my favorite quotes is, the presence of love will always cast out fear, right? And it's so true. And so you're being asked to reflect on what's parasitic in your life, right? Is it your thoughts, you know, as well? Is it your thoughts are being parasitic? Is it your thoughts that are causing you to feel stuck, right? Because you have, don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo, right? And this is basically saying that your thoughts are creating a deadlock. You have a way out. The success is destined for you. We have the Chariot. Charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and focused, right? That's essential. You also have the Sky Father, trust in the unknown, okay? And then focus. This is about your thoughts creating your reality. Big messages here, right? And then you even have the Wolf here. This is talking about being authentic. I'm going to read here what it says with the full moon in Leo, because it says here, you know, that the energy, right, Leo is very powerful. It's very powerful, strong, confident energy, and it's truly magnificent. However, when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, because this is full moon in Leo, right, it can become over the top. And this card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed, right? More love and thoughts for a greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would have been done lately, this is time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all of your relationships. So again, we go back to that parasitic, right? Is someone in your life, is there, you know, was it you or them? Is there not an even give and take, right? Is there not balance? Because if there's lack of balance, you know, one's taking, it's like that leech, right? You both are going to wind up suffering. Even the leech suffers, right? So to take that into consideration as well. Like I said, it is a general reading. We've stuck in the mud. And I love that you got this, because I love when the tarot and the oracle cards, and I know this is how it's supposed to work, but it still always amazes me how they just poetically complement each other, you know? So with stuck in the mud here, you can see this elephant. And elephants are quite wise, right? I love elephants. And you have 24, which adds up to 6, 2, and 4, which is the number of love, which we've been talking about. You're invited to stop and save the wonder of your life. So this is the reason for you being stuck. You feel stuck, but it's not really stuck. It's a needed break that you need so you can reflect, right? Reflect and then remember, wait a minute, I'm creating this deadlock. Am I really stuck? But there's a reason for this pause in your life. It's divinely orchestrated. It says here, being stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to an even muddier places. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud, but for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. Okay? And the truth is, you know, we are in the age of Aquarius, right? The sword of truth is flaming and high, and, you know, we are awakening as a collective to the reality of so much, to the reality that this system that we're living in hasn't really served us for so long. We're awakening to that, and that's part of the reason for the pause, so we as a collective can really reconsider what's most important. You know, like, we've been lost for so long. What's most important? You know, our freedom's important. It's important to, you know, the simple things. I mean, I can say, you know, me and my boyfriend were living on the beach a few years ago, by the beach, and sometimes we took that for granted. I enjoyed it a little bit more than him, but, you know, he had a good internet connection, so he was happy playing his Call of Duty. And now we like moved, and now we're like in lockdown. We can't go to the beach even if we want to, right? And so it's like, you know, that little thing we took for granted, you know, simple things. We are awakening to what's really important to us, right? Our health, you know, just being able to have the choice of what to do with our lives, having the choice that I want to do this because it's healthy, you know, or I don't want to do this because it's unhealthy. That's my decision. It's my choice. It's my life, right? Like, we're awakening to that, right? This is, like I said, the time where we're all awakening to the truth. And so this pause that the world is having, and including you specifically, Pile 2, this pause is for a purpose. It's for you to reflect on what is most important and to realize that you aren't a victim of circumstances. You are a co-creator in this universe, and you have the power to create the life that you want. Sometimes you have to fight for it, but you definitely have that power. And we have Chariot, charge ahead with confidence, stay strong and stay focused. Don't fall into that trap of these parasitic thoughts that are going to make you feel stuck. They're going to make you feel like you are a victim. That are going to make you feel like you are powerless. Because I guarantee you, you are not powerless. So we have the Chariot, which I will read to you here. So I have here, you are a force to be reckoned with. The time is right to make your plans for the future, so stay firm foundations now. Okay, so what it says here with the Chariot, says here, you are a force to be reckoned with. And yes, you are, Pile 2, you are a force to be reckoned with. I mean, come on, you have that Leo energy. I mean, you may be a Leo, you may be in your chart, you may just be fiery, you know, or maybe you're finally awakening to the power that you have within you. But either way, you are a force to be reckoned with. This is a time, the time is right to make your plans for the future, so lay firm foundations now. For some, there will be a spiritual transformation as they triumph over difficulties and successfully pursue goals, Why can't I talk today? Expect some stiff competition, but know that your determination and newfound confidence will see you the winner. Even against the odds, at times change ahead proudly, your time is now. You will command respect and be more in control of the people you want to be involved with as friends, lovers, or just those you socialize with. You will be stronger and more able to establish and maintain personal boundaries. No more leeches, right? Driving away any users, abusers, or controlling and domineering relationships out of your life. You will naturally command more respect and be more in control of your life and who you want in it on a personal level. Now is a good time for singles to meet a strong, successful, ambitious lover. As for career and money, this card represents finding your life's purpose, overcoming money or career difficulties, and marching forward to splendid victories. With a certain amount of aggression, you can reach the heights of success or attain whatever you're wishing for in your life. A powerful aura surrounds you and you will be more assertive. This will be richly rewarding in the long term, right? So that's amazing. And part of that is by shifting your focus, right? So it says here with focus, we have the point of attraction. Where is your focus and what do you want to create? Your point of attraction is accumulation of all your thoughts. Some you are aware of and some you are not, right? Remember, I keep saying your thoughts create your reality. The latter are the thoughts you have repeated so often they have become beliefs and body memory. The point of attraction is more fluid than you think. It's overarching energy of your collected ideas, active beliefs, and your personality. Change any idea or belief at your point of attraction shifts. You sense the world around you through the filter of your attraction point. Imagine this point moving along a sliding track within you. To master yourself means being able to move your view of reality at will. This can help you adjust and adapt to any situation. Stay in your center of love and on the path of your heart. You can choose to feel into the flow or resist and hold yourself back. Either way, you will be loved by your soul and the universe. Okay, so this is a choice. This is what it's saying. You have a choice. Again, you're not a victim of circumstances. You have a choice to break out of this or stay stuck. It's up to you. And part of it again is about being authentically you. That's what the wolf is about, right? And so you have this very powerful, energy, right? This you are destined for success. You may not know everything. This pause, like I said, is the point of this to take some reflection. But you have such great omen here of being successful in whatever it is that you want to be successful in, whether it's love, whether it's money. Believe it, right? And remember, what you focus on grows, okay? And so we have Sky Father as well, which here, this is awesome because you have the Sky Father with you. I mean, he's more powerful. He represents the divine masculine, which represents, self-empowerment as well. And it says here, trust your path is unfolding exactly as it needs to. You have a personal relationship with the Great Father, knowing that he is lovingly leading you forward, right? And he's asking you to trust the unknown. The Sky Father features in many religions and mythologies, right? He's the counterpart to the Earth Mother in many traditions, right? And so this card represents the universal powers that are masculine in essence, and the energies that people are called out to look up into times of need and gratitude, right? So the Sky Father personifies your relationship with the masculine energies of the divine and possibly a very powerful male or father figure too. So there could be even, like I said, take resonates as a general reading. So there could be a masculine in your life that you look up to, or you should look up to, right? That is encouraging you to be empowered. It says here, you are a co-creator of your life, and every thought, feeling, intention, and emotion you have is creating the road ahead. With that being said, you don't need to know every single detail of what's going on to unfold before you. When this card appears, you're being guided to step back and get out of your own way, right? You're creating this deadlock because there's a greater power that's not only around you, but within you. The Sky Father is creating the best experience imaginable to you and for you. Accepting this will allow miraculous energy to come into life. So see things from a higher perspective, just like that eagle, right? Eagle eye, like we say, see things from an eagle eye view. This card can also appear when there are opportunities to improve the father connection in your life. Okay, we can talk about that. If your father figure is in heaven, know that his spirit is drawing close. If he is on earth, there's an opportunity to heal something, whether past or present. So also, yeah, like a father figure as well. So this is also, we have the chart here about healing relationships, right? And so if you have some issues with your father or your father figure, that is also going to heal as well. And it's all about coming from a place of love, And then, if he's in heaven as well, he's here to also because my father's in heaven, my father's passed, and I still feel a connection with him, and I know he guides me and he protects me as well. And so if you have a father figure that has passed, what I am here to let you know is that they still are protecting you. They still are wanting to divinely guide you as well. And, to focus on that father figure of the lessons that they taught you as well, the good lessons as well. And if there has been some heartache too, what I will put in here as well for you, Paolo, too, as well, just in case if there's any issues with a father figure, I'll put a cord cutting meditation for you guys, because I did that with both my parents, because both my parents have passed, and also like past relationships as well. A cord cutting meditation, it's a short one that I found. What it does, it just it doesn't cut the ties completely or memories or anything like that. It just cuts the cord of any negative pain and trauma, so you still have the relationship, but it cuts away of all the pain and trauma, and it really helps with the healing process. And so if you've had any trauma or issues with a father figure in particular, I believe that cord cutting meditation will help you guys. And there's a big message again with love, right? We have eternal love here. And even this card, I'm going to read to you what it says here. It says, healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. So there's a big message about the healing is going to be coming to you and to all your relationships, whether it's romantic, whether it's a parent, whether it's friendship. That's also been promised to you here with the Chariot as well. That your relationships are going to be healed. We have eternal love. Love is love and transcends physical death. So again, if you have a father figure that has passed, love transcends physical death. So the spirit is eternal, right? And so that's another message as well. And so we have here, I'll get to these dreams of Gaia, because this is a bit more advice for you guys here with these 2 tarot cards. So with wisdom in reverse, we have here, it says, we all have a side to our nature that is not pretty or kind, depending on one's perspective and point of view. We are all guilty of judging others, of being critical, of being selfish, and putting our own needs before the needs of others. We all possess the ability to be unkind, intolerant, and closed-minded. We've all had moments when we've been both dogmatic and bombastic. The wisdom card in reverse asks you to accept these moments and understand their necessity, or the loving necessity, of the shadow aspects of your nature. Otherwise, you will only see part of the lesson being offered. You will see minor details instead of the whole, and the whole truth is that you stand in the light, you will cast a shadow. Without this recognition, you will find the journey toward wisdom a long and arduous one. I love that. If you stand in the light, you will cast a shadow. And I'm really big on facing your shadow, facing your dark side, because we learn the most from our dark sides, right? And a lot of us want to bury our dark sides under the rug, act like they don't exist, live in denial, and it stunts our growth. It stunts us from really reaching enlightenment, right? It stunts us from progressing as well. We have to face our shadows, and by turn facing our shadows, like me, I've done a lot of shadow work. I'm a big fan of shadow work. I'm not scared of the darkness. I face that. I shine a bright light in it and be like, hello, you need to get worked on, because I'm dedicated to really expanding and having that progression. And so yeah, you're also being told to face that shadow, right? That's another part of this pause. That's also what this reading is saying, face the things that you need to fix. What things within you, whether it's your thoughts, whether it's your actions, what aspects, and don't be hard on yourself for it, because we're on a journey, right? We're learning. That's part of what this life is to learn. We're constantly learning, right? It says here, look at this reversal, so this card, as presenting you with the opportunity to look within and question what you fear, hate, or condemn in others, and deny or condemn within yourself. The darker aspects of your nature can be often your greatest teachers, yes. And while the truths revealed may sometimes be harsh and uncomfortable, they bring with them the power to heal and empower. Use this time to get to know those aspects of your nature that you may pretend not to have noticed, and see them in the light. Know them, learn from them, see them change, become beautiful. Your perspective shifts. As your perspective shifts, they are part of the divine and human being that is you, right? So we're always on a journey of learning. And I tell this to my partner all the time, you know, that was the past, you know, we're constantly learning. I mean, the 7 years we've been together, we've grown so much, you know, and that's because we are a couple that will shine light on each other's dark bits, you know, the darkness within us, and be like, hey, you need to fix this. I'm going to be real with you. You know, we both are those kind of people, and sometimes we can be very triggering to each other. Sometimes we've had arguments. We've definitely had lots of fights, but the thing is, it's all served a purpose, because I am grateful that I have a partner that is not afraid to tell me the ugly truth, and I did the same for him. And because we held each other accountable, we have grown so much. We have expanded so much, and it's a constant journey. And, you know, not to dwell on the times that, yeah, you know, I was lost, you know, a few years back, and he was lost a few years back in different aspects. But, you know, we've come to this time in our life, and I'm grateful for those dark times and those lessons, because it's made me stronger and grow. And this is your time to reflect on those things that you need to fix. What are your fears? You know, are you coming from a place of fear? You know, what are the things that you condemn in others? You know, lots of times what we dislike in others is because it's triggering, because we dislike it in ourselves. We may not realize that, but it's true, you know. Lots of times I mirror my partner as well. You know, we both can be fiery. When we're on the same page, man, we can be a force to reckon with, because we are, you know, unstoppable. But sometimes we can butt heads within each other, because we can be a lot alike at times, you know. So just reflect on that. And so finally we have here the Queen of, sorry, not finally, because I have a couple more cards, but we also have the Queen of Fire in reverse. So this says here, you know, have you recently experienced a few disappointments and blows from life? Well, yeah, we know that with the Three of Cups in reverse that we got here. Has your confidence been shaken, and now you're waiting to hide away and wallow in self-pity and sadness, right? The reverse Queen symbolizes the need to meet life head on. Don't hide, pick yourself up, put your game face on, and keep going. Put your head back and laugh in the face of conflict and challenge. Laugh, it says. Laugh at the face of conflict and challenge. Make a proactive choice to not be miserable. Being miserable is a choice. Even if it means faking it for a while, your choice is not to focus on the situation or issues that cannot be changed will serve you well. Your choice to smile and laugh, to dance and to derive joy from life in spite of disappointment and hardship will bring good things into your life. Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. This is so true, right? So this is what I tell everyone. Your life unfolds. Your life is the 90% of your life is how you respond to the 10% that you cannot control. You cannot control others. You can only control yourself, right? You can control what you say yes or no to, by the way. I want to make that clear to you. You do have the power to say no. Even if everyone else around you is saying yes, you have the power to say no, right? I want to remind you of that. However, there are some circumstances that you cannot control. You can't control that everyone else around you is saying yes when you're saying no, right? You can't control that. You cannot control others. You can only control yourself, right? And you also can control how you respond to the environment that you're surrounded by, right? You can wallow in sadness and frustration and anger and feel stuck, or you can still find things to be grateful for. You can still find a reason to smile. You can still fight, you know, and believe in you know, being that chariot energy that you're going to be successful, right? You can still believe in it, and we really do have the power to create our own reality. And that is something that I really want so many to realize. That's why I call myself the goddess 1111, because 1111 represents the doors. It represents a portal, and it's essentially the doors of opportunity. And what my goal is to remind everyone that the doors of opportunity are endless. I do not care what anyone else is saying, even the freaking government. I do not care. The truth is that your life has endless possibilities, and do not let anyone tell you that's not true. okay? You honestly have the power to create your own reality. And that is something that people are awakening up to in the age of Aquarius. We are not victims of circumstances. We can create the life that we want if we just focus and believe it, okay? And so I want you guys all to be awakened to that, and I will fight alongside you, and I will keep preaching this as much as I can, because I want as many as I can to wake up to the power that we truly have. So we have here some messages from your angels. We have peace. It says here, calm your thoughts and move your awareness to a peaceful space inside your heart. Feel the ebb and flow of love, the eternal movement of the stars. Your life is forever unfolding to greater spheres of love. Relax and do not worry about anything, for all is well. You will soon enter a time of well-earned peace and tranquility. We have affirmation. Be aware of your language and thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, feel is thank you. It's about gratitude. Be grateful for all the blessings in your life. We acknowledge the divine order of the life. The universe responds with even greater blessings. You're a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through the heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. Beautiful. And perfect. Exactly what I was saying. And some messages from the universe. This is from The Universe Has My Back. I love these messages for you. The moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So right now, you're feeling stuck. There's a lot of unknown. And what this reading is saying, the moment you realign with love, that's when the clear direction is going to be presented to you. Okay? So that's the reason for this break. It's a much needed break that you're seeing as stuck. It's just so you can realign to your true power and to realign with love. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose love. And that's perfect. Perfect way to end your reading. So pile 2, this is your reading. I love you all very much. Please help with my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing as I'm trying to expand and reach as many people as I can. I love you guys all. Love and light. Take care. Alright, pile 3. If you chose this red stone here and this lovely Tree of Life card, that's what it reminds me of, this is your reading. So from the tarot, I have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So far, you guys are my favorite reading, by the way. You guys are awesome. So I'm going to start out saying that. We have the Knight of Cups upright, and we have the Ace of Wands upright. We have Artificial Heart, Listening, another elephant. Pile 2 had an elephant as well. We have Horse, Star Ancestor, Waning Moon, What Do You Need to Release? The Phoenix. I love that you got that. There's some badass energy. You have some badass energy in this reading. We have the Phoenix. Oh, sorry, we have the Phoenix. We have Ghost. Sorry, a bit of regret here. I'm so happy with the Phoenix. I'm saying it twice. We got Intuition in reverse, and then we got the Ace of Fire. We have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Fire, and then we have the Phoenix. Like I said, this is powerful. Pile 3. We have Healing. You can see that. We have Healing. We have Variance as well. And we have some messages from the universe, which I'll get to towards the end. The cards you chose, and some guidance from your angels as well, which I'll get to the end. Okay, so pile 3. So from the tarot, we have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. The Ten of Swords is, I'm very happy that I see the Ten of Swords in reverse, because the Ten of Swords usually represents giving up, a tragic ending, no light at the end of the tunnel type energy. But I love that it's in reverse, because what that is telling me is that you're not ready to give up, right? You want to keep fighting, and you know that there's more to do. And when so many in this world are just, closing their heart off and seeing things as doomed. You're not. You're willing to still fight, and your heart is still open here. That's what the Knight of Cups represents here, that you are ready to keep on going and keep on fighting, and show that, like I said, that your heart is open. And so that's beautiful. And then we have the Ace of Wands, right? And so what it actually says here, I'll show you what it says here in the Ace of Wands. It says, I am the ultimate representation of untapped power and potential. Seize me and lead the charge. So this is like your weapon, right? The Ace of Fire, right? So that's so powerful. I mean, you have so much power here. We have the Phoenix. We have the Ace of Fire as well, again, right? So we have the Ace. I mean, this is pretty much the same energy, right? I'm in awe of this, right? And so you are not giving up. You know the power and the potential that you have. And I commend you for that. There is some advice here, right? There's a little bit of regret going on. There are some things you need to release. And we'll get into that. But out of all my piles so far, pile 3, you're on the right page, and you just have to keep on going. And I feel like this reading is just to remind you of that and to encourage you that you're on the right path. Keep on going, right? So we have here the Artificial Heart, which I will read. Okay, because that's what these elite are trying to do to us, right? They're trying to get us to integrate us into an artificial world, right? There's been so much push of, think about it, like everything of nature and natural is just, they're trying to rid away, right? GMO foods. What happened to, why do we have to, 80% of our immune system is in our gut, right? That's science, right? That's why they say you are what you eat. Well, you literally are what you eat, because your cells, after like 3 months, they use nutrition that's accumulating in your body and all that to create new cells. Every 3 months, your body creates new cells. So you literally are what you eat. And so that's why, I haven't been sick for 3 years, because I'm not even going to say vegan. I'm going to go even further than that. I'm very strict. I try my best to eat a whole plant-based diet. And I exercise a lot. I get a lot of sun. Vitamin D is so healing, right? And so it's like everything that's natural, it's being viewed now as like bad. Like, why is natural food bad? Why do we need genetically modified food? Why do we need medicine and chemicals have been manipulated, when fruits, vegetables and fruits have such natural healing properties that we've researched for years, and there's no side effects, right? I cured a bladder infection I had with raw garlic. I ate 3 garlic cloves for 3 days, raw garlic, and I cured my bladder infection, because garlic is a natural antibiotic, and no side effects except maybe having a little bit of garlic breath, but whatever. That was it, because you take antibiotics, they don't just kill the good bacteria, the bad bacteria, it kills the good bacteria too, right? So the point being, is that we're going so far against what nature is, and there's, what is it? Have you guys heard about the whales that were beaching themselves because they had Prozac in their system? They were confused. They didn't know what was going on, so they were beaching themselves beaching themselves and dying because they were confused. And that was because there's a chemical drug in the ocean, right? We are destroying what's natural, and we need to go back to what we need to heal the earth. We need to love the earth, and we need to go back to what's natural and stay away from artificial, right? So I believe you, pile 3, are on that bandwagon. That's why you chose this pile. You even chose the Tree of Life as well. And you know, you're not giving up. You're still willing to fight. You have your heart open, full of hope, right? And you have that fire, that sort of fire with you, the Ace of Wands too. So what it says here, the artificial heart, sorry, that's my little spill for you guys here. Says here, once upon a time, it was a time of flying monkeys. Someone journeyed to a place that was in Kansas in order to gain a heart. Oh, such a charming old-fashioned fairy tale. New heart can be bought on the internet now and can be delivered in a couple of days with a brand new shiny instruction manual. It works too. It gets the job done. It's not a job of feelings, it's scripted, like a job of numbers. Actually, it feels like a trade-off. We find refuge in the rational mind, which in turn gives us back the illusion of control, but we still feel. We still long to live through our emotions fully. We are truly like an artificial knight that wants to become a real person. Happiness is not in numbers, but not because numbers are bad. It's because that nothing that alone can grant happiness and guarantee it. We trade in the natural world for artificiality and then blame the choice as if the reason why our sky has no color. Why is it not actually connected? What if it's just an excuse? What if even an artificial heart could beat and fall in love and drown in sorrow, right? So, like I said, this is just reiterating what I was saying, you know, a bit more poetically. But yeah, you know, we don't hang out. Like, I remember back when I was like a teenager, I hung out with my friends. You know, now it's all like social media. You know, now we're scared. Like, and I'm gonna be real. Like, I feel like I'm an attractive woman. Like now, because people are so scared of being near each other. Like I walk in a vertical line and people spread away from me like I'm some kind of disease, and I'm like, this is not how it used to be like a few years ago, you know? Like, we as a human race, we're meant to connect, we're meant to socialize, you know? And like everything is just so backwards, and that's why we're in the age of Aquarius, right? And I love you guys, Pile 3, because I feel that you guys know this, right? And you're fighting for what you know is right. You guys are starseeds, I believe. So if you are contemplating whether you're a starseed or not, this is your confirmation if you're here on this reading, because you got the star ancestors, right? Because we are multi-dimensional beings having a human experience, right? So if you want to know what a starseed is, it's a soul that, whether you're aware or not, you can kind of sense it. Most of us sense it. That originated from another planet, another star system, basically not of Earth, you know. And a lot of us are here for the Great Awakening, for the shift to the new Earth, and that's why we just know that something's not right, you know. And you have listening, right? So listening to your intuition. So with this elephant here, it says, an open heart will hear the message. And so you have the open heart here, right? With the Knight of Wands. And sorry, the Knight of Cups. I mean, you could have the Knight of Wands. We got a lot of fire here anyway. He's fiery. But it says here, when this card appears, you're being reminded that there is time to speak and there is a time to be silent. Now is an occasion for listening. Pay attention not only to what is being spoken, but also to what is not being said at the moment, for the deeper message is not always obvious. Listen with your heart, not just your ears, and you'll find clarity. Receiving the listening card is a fortunate sign and ensures greater understanding of your circumstances, right? And I do feel that you guys have a greater understanding of your circumstances, right? You have an open heart. I believe that you have an inkling at the very least of the power and potential that you do have, and you just need to be reminded in this reading. You have freedom. How great is it to be free, right? Horses, they love to roam free. And you, my dears, have the spirit animal of a horse. So as I was telling my friend yesterday, who says, you know, we were born to be sheep and locked up and enslaved. No, my friend, that is not true. Joy is your birthright, and we are born to be free. This planet has free will. And anyone that tries to impose on our free will is going to be reckoned with, because the universe is, there needs to be balance. I'm sorry. It's not on. It's not going to happen. It's going to falter, right? And right now our free will is trying to be taken away, but I'm here to remind you that it cannot be, because that's just what it is. This planet has free will. We have freedom of choice. We have the power to say no. We have the power to say yes. Our choice, right? And you, my dears, want to be free. That's your spirit animal. It says to truly be free, we must learn true independence. Trust yourself, as listening to people who may have other agendas is not the way to make a good, clear decision. Individuation from our parents is a natural process, although it's often fought with difficulty on both sides. Your true power resides in your ability to always know you have a choice and it is yours to make. And so it says the magic here of the horse is profoundly free and powerful. To ride a horse at a full gallop is to experience a sacred bolt of the primal liberty. When you're feeling trapped or small, expand your field by calling for their energy. There's also a long history of physical and mental healing with the horse energy, and this can be used when you are ill or unstable. Horse energy invokes a calm and solid presence and can be used to quiet your spirit if you're feeling disturbed. So it's quite beautiful. Horses are so sweet. And that's your spirit animal, pile 3, the horse. So you can always call upon the energy when you feel trapped and stuck to help you feel that freedom, to help calm you. You also have the Knight of Cups, which is also riding on, looks almost like the same horse, right? And the Knight of Cups is also calming and hopeful as well. He holds with him the cup of love, right? And so very beautiful energy that we have in this reading. You have the Star Ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. I love that you got this. And so what this says here, this is why it's confirmation that you guys are star seeds. It says here, heed the message coming direct from your soul. The Star Ancestors is a term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Often people feel a sense of connectionness when they look up into the sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections, and those are what this card represents. The Star Ancestors reminding you that you have otherworldly support and that your friends from the stars can help you if you're willing to be helped. They can support you in connecting with and following your soul's deepest calling. All right, so this is a reminder that you're not alone. All right, even if your friends and family are thinking you're crazy and are going against what you believe and everything like that, you are not alone. I promise there's like-minded people around you, and also from the stars as well, and they want you to call upon them as well. That's what it's saying here. It says there's a deeper purpose to your human journey. Not only were you born on purpose, you were born for a purpose. You were born to be a bright light in the world, and there are supporters out there in the universe sending waves of energy to guide you at this time. Information and inspiration that has been coming your way recently is not new information, but memories. Your feelings of being drawn in a particular direction are the awakening of an aspect of your soul. You're being drawn towards a road that will not only light you up, but also help you light up the corner of the world. Continue following the cosmic guidance that is coming your way. Awesome. So again, like I said, this reading is just to remind you that you are on the right path and to keep on pushing forward, right? Because you have the Phoenix energy, and the Phoenix is the fucking shit, man. The Phoenix rises above the ashes. It says here, the immortal Phoenix rises from the ashes and is reborn to magnificence. You can be experiencing or just have experienced a major crisis, such as a breakup of an important relationship or failed business or project, job loss, academic failure, or even the death of someone close to you, which you have left you devastated. The Phoenix will basically renew you. You will be released from the past, because we have ghost, right? So there's some regret here. And the Phoenix is here to release that from you. The regret is, and we also have, what do you need to release? And so, my dears, you're on the right path, but there's a little bit more we got to do. The waning moon points when it's falling away, life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime, right? Here's a waning moon. I'll show it up to you here, okay? No matter when the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked for better or worse, and it's time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go and stop trying so hard. It's safe to let go and move on. Okay? So, general reading, you guys. You guys know better than me what it is that you need to let go. But there's something that you need to let go so you can truly keep moving forward. And it could be regret, right? Because we have the ghost here. It says here, like smoke rising from the ashes, a mist from the sea. The dead they are watching, they have to come haunt me, right? Regret. And so this card speaks about regret. It says here that should this card come to you, you know, it's saying that, indicating that you may have some regrets to let go of. Holding grudges or regrets is burdensome work, and it weighs us down eventually. By taking action to free ourselves of these old burdens, we clear the way for more rightful and wise action for the future. We can begin to live fully if we let go of what was and step into new possibilities, you know, and whatever regrets you have, you know, the past is in the past. You can't change it. The only thing you can do is learn from it. And be, you know, rest assured that we learn the best from our mistakes, right? I mean, if we never make mistakes, then we wouldn't really learn much. Let's be real. And so don't be so hard on yourself for it, you know? Because you have that phoenix energy that's ready to renew you. You just have to release a few things. It says here, representing power and prosperity. We're back on the phoenix again. In all areas of your life, the phoenix is a symbol of freedom. Again, with the horse, right? Your spirit animal, the horse. And you have the phoenix, which is also a symbol of freedom, to do what you have always wanted to do. You will have increased vision for your long-term goals. Get ready for the new, positive you to emerge brilliantly. Shine your light. Look for more meaning in your relationships. Don't waste time on those things that don't have a future. There will be a psychic connection with new friends and lovers. Existing relationships will go stronger or get left behind as you embrace a new chapter in your life. So this is also encouraging you to let go of what doesn't serve you, including people. Unfortunately, I've had to do that. There's some friends and family that I've known since a child that I've had to let go because they just refuse to see the truth that I'm trying to bring forth to them. And, you know, sometimes that's how it is. Everyone is on their own journey, you know, and you can still love them, but sometimes you have to love them from a distance and realize that people all are leading their own path. You know, you cannot control what other people do. People are all on their own journey, and they make the decisions whether they're right or wrong for their own life, and you have to do the same. It says here, this card favors a positive relationship union, compromising with a very yin and yang commitment, and highlights in the birth of a child. So if you guys are wanting for that, that's more confirmation for you guys there if you're looking to have a child. It says here, career, money. Now is a magnificent time for careers and finances, especially for those who remain positive and make the necessary changes to their current life. Your aura is sparkling, and you can now make your dreams a reality. You can rise to the top of your career, and your finances will improve. Your creative side will come out, and talents you didn't even realize you had will emerge, right? You are the phoenix. You have the ace of fire. So you have the ace of wands, and then you got the ace of fire on top of that, right? So, I mean, you guys are on fire. The ace of fire represents new beginnings, opportunities, and taking advantage of what's being offered, right? Like all the aces, the ace of fire represents the promise of new beginnings and opportunities. But unlike other aces, this card also represents action. It represents the power for and the necessity of taking the initiative and actively pursuing our goals. It's about taking advantage of the opportunities we are presented with as opposed to thinking about it. So, you know, it's good to have a goal, to dream, and to make plans, but the Ace of Fire lets us know that now is time to move beyond research and planning. It's time to take the first real steps towards getting things underway. So this is a time of action, right? So I know we have listening. So I think feel that's what you guys been doing, right? You guys have been this elephant listening, you know, taking in what's going on, you know, not giving up the fight, but, you know, laying low, right? And there's a little bit that you got to release, right? A little bit of regrets. But you're coming to the point where you're going to rise above the ashes and be this powerful phoenix, okay? And there's healing that's got to occur, and there's a variance here. So this talks about the wobble. This is actually one of my favorite messages here, variance. So it says here, today you may not feel like yourself. You and your soul are looking at the same thing but seeing it differently. Your emotions and reactions are a combination of your thoughts, your soul's thoughts, and when you don't align, you feel wobbly. Variance is a way of explaining the wobble. When you have the same perspective as your soul, things feel right. They may seem satisfactory and easy. No limiting beliefs or patterns are triggered. But there is a feeling that all is well. Your soul will never join you in judgment, blame, or hurt because it's not the truth of you. It is not the perspective of love. How you feel reveals how aligned you are with your soul. If you're experiencing something that doesn't feel quite right, take a breath and come back to your center. You will begin to feel better, inspired to navigate your inner radar and ready to receive your soul's transmissions. So what this is saying is that when you feel a bit off, feel a bit shaky, it's because you're not aligned. And so, especially because I feel you guys are all light workers, my Pile 3 as well, there's a message about being the light, right? So light workers, star seeds coming to this earth, you know, to help with the ascension of the earth, help the raise the vibration of the earth, and to bring the light, to shine the light into the darkness, right? And so as light workers, especially, you know, when the energy is really heavy right now, we really got to keep ourselves aligned. There's a meditation I'm putting in this reading that's for protecting our energy, but also I'm going to put, you know, balancing our energies as well. I do this every morning before I start my day. I align my energies and then I protect my energies as well. And so that's essential to do every single day, and that will help with that variance, right? And there's healing that's occurring, right? As well. I mean, we're here to heal the earth, but just in general, it says right now healing is taking place. And so this reading's saying, you know, that your gifts and experiences are being supported. So weird or difficult circumstances can often be a fast-track path to your desires. Until now, we recognize subtle imbalances. The best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have our buttons pushed. Buttons are created by continued attention to unbalanced thoughts and ideas or beliefs. Every time we're reminded of or talk about a hurt, it pushes a button and reopens a wound that we are yet to heal. Wounds are created by mental, spiritual, physical trauma. Poking at them will prolong the healing process. Leave them alone so balance can be restored. The wholeness can return. Inspired action for healing may include seeing a therapist, counseling, medical profession, or spending time in the ocean, if you can, or near a body of water, even in nature, you know. Focusing on what you love is also healing. All is perfect in every moment, even if we can't see it at the time, right? So there's healing occurring as well, and I think you know that. And everything is happening for you, not to you, right? And then we have intuition, which again is reiterating, you know, listening to that inner voice that you have, but it is in reverse. So it's also being a bit wary, you know, that mindful of your thoughts as far as, you know, if there's some regrets, you know, sometimes we don't see things that clearly because we're a bit fogged, you know. So I'll say, for example, I'll give an example. You had a partner in the past that cheated on you, right? And you got this new partner, completely different, right? Completely faithful, but because of that past trauma you have a little bit distrust in men in general, or women in general, right? Just in partners in general. And so because you've been hurt, because, you know, you've had that trauma, but in reality, this is a whole new person, you know. They're not like that other person. They're not going to do the same thing. And because of our trauma, we sometimes will see little things that aren't there, right? So we may misinterpret, you know, someone, your partner being outgoing for flirting, you know, there might be a little tinge of jealousy because this is just an example. Because you've been past hurt, right? And so we're not seeing things clearly. And so what this is saying is that, you know, yes, listen to your heart, listen to your intuition, but be aware of the things that you need to release, because if you're looking through those foggy lenses, your intuition may be clouded. That's just a warning here, you know. Take what resonates. It's a general reading, but I had to say it because it was there. But you know, in a given, I do believe you, pile 3, are on the right path, and I think you needed to know that. So we'll get to your final cards here. So we have the presence of love will cast out fear. Will always cast out fear. I love this. This is my favorite card in the deck because it's so true. We need to come from a place of love. That's where we're empowered, and we can't be fearful. Doesn't matter what's going around. We need to keep the hope up, keep the faith, stand in our power, and not give up, and stand in love, right? My vibes speak louder than my words. Yes, very true. Your vibes do speak louder than words. So always try to come from a place of love. Always try to be the light within the darkness, right? Some guidance from your angels. We have balance. Difference is necessary, part of human evolution, and everything in life is compromise of opposites, which together make it life whole. If you light a candle in a room already flooded with light, the light of your candle will be indistinguishable from the light that already exists. Because of darkness, we're able to perceive light. Both are necessary. That's beautiful. This is about the balance of nature, right? The light and the darkness. And so it's true. Because of these dark times, now we're able to see the truth and the beauty of the light and how important it really is. We have prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me not to fear the transition of nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul and the external light which emanates from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. So it's a beautiful prayer for your angels. And then we have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So pile 3, this is your reading. I love you all very much. Please help out my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And love and light to you. Take care.